All right, so we're going to jump right into this.
Yeah.
We're looking at some breaking news here.
Absolutely.
And it's about the wildfires that have been just ripping through California.
Yeah, particularly LA this time.
Yeah, and we're getting all this info straight from CBS News. So it's
Right up to the minute.
It's up to the minute. This is
Very much a developing story as we speak.
very much developing. This is a very fluid situation as we were talking about it.
Absolutely.
And I think what we really want to try to do in this deep dive today is kind of look at the immediate impact of these fires and like what makes this particular situation so significant.
Well, I think a good place to start is with the confirmed death toll,
Okay.
which stands at least 10 people,
At least 10.
which is obviously, a tragedy anytime there's a loss of life.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what's interesting is that number is actually lower than some similar California wildfires we've seen in recent years.
Really?
And so it suggests that some of the mitigation efforts the state has been putting in place are actually working.
Oh, wow.
But, it also begs the question, what more can be done?
Right.
Yeah.
And it really does make you think that we're always kind of learning and adapting when we encounter these kinds of disasters.
For sure.
And it really makes you think about those long-term strategies that we need to put in place.
Yeah, I think that's a great point.
So, okay, let's talk about location for a second, because these fires aren't just burning through any forest, are they?
No, they're not.
I mean, this is...
They're threatening communities that are nestled
right up against these wild areas.
right up against areas like Griffith Park.
Yeah.
Which, people listening might have even visited themselves.
I've been there.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful park.
It's absolutely beautiful.
It's crazy to think.
But it really highlights this challenge.
An ongoing challenge.
To managing urban development alongside, the ever-present risk of wildfires in California.
And that's something that we see in California all the time. It's always kind of a little scary.
Yeah.
But it really puts it into perspective when you think about how fast these fires are spreading.
The speed is...
fueled by these crazy windstorms.
Just
ripping through the area.
We have seen similar conditions in the past.
Yeah.
In California wildfires.
Yeah, we've definitely seen these windstorms before.
Yeah. What's concerning here is the combination of those strong winds and the very, very dry terrain.
Yeah.
Creating a perfect storm for rapid fire spread.
Yeah. So, it's not necessarily unprecedented.
Right.
But it really does highlight how unpredictable and powerful these events can be.
And with climate change, potentially leading to even drier conditions and more frequent windstorms, it really raises the question
how we adapt.
Of how we adapt.
How we become more resilient.
Exactly.
When faced with this growing threat.
Growing threat.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, to recap, we've got this tragic loss of life. We've got this location that just adds this whole other layer of complexity.
For sure.
And then these fires that are just spreading at an alarming rate.
Right.
But I think
it all comes back to...
It all comes back to what are the lessons that we can learn from this?
Exactly.
How can we both individually and as a society?
Yeah, how can we be better prepared?
Better prepare for the future.
For the future.
What steps can we take to build resilience when faced with these growing threats?
These are the big questions.
These are the big questions, and something that we all need to be thinking about.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's our deep dive for today.
I think we covered a lot.
I think we did. Thank you so much for joining me.
Always a pleasure.
I'll see you next time.
Sounds good.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.